Hey everybody, I'm Chris. We're at Fastlane Classic Cars, and today we're going to talk about this yellow 1969 Camaro. This is Daytona yellow, black vinyl roof, and it also has the black hockey stick striping kit on it. This particular car is a COPO Camaro. Not only a COPO Camaro, but a double COPO. COPO is an acronym for Central Office Production Order. If you wanted something more heavy duty than a 396 big block, you opted for the 427 and you had to go through COPO. COPO was only known with a handful of Chevrolet dealerships, one being Yenko Chevrolet, another one being Berger Chevrolet, and this is a Berger Camaro. All right, let's talk about the engine. So, COPO 427. This is a high compression 427 big block, 11-to-1 compression. You've got a solid lifter cam, mechanical cam, solid lifters. You've got a 780 4-barrel Holly with vacuum operated secondaries. Wonderful carburetor to have on this engine. You've got power brakes, power front disc. You've got a proportioning valve. You also have what's called a ZL2 cold air hood. So you have a rubber boots on top of the air cleaner that seals to the hood. What that does is it helps keep the hot air out of the engine and helps get cold air into the engine with the cowl induction hood. Cold air is good. Cold air is dense air. It makes more power. What makes this a double COPO is the second COPO package, which is the sports car conversion package. That gives you heavy duty front springs, heavy duty stabilizer bar, and you also got a 12-bolt rear end of 410 positive traction rear gears. There's also an M21 Muncie 4-speed. That's a close ratio 4-speed, and this makes it a lot more fun. Let's check out the interior. Standard black interior, black vinyl seats. You've got the black 80/20 loop style of carpeting. You've got a nice Hurst shifter to roll through the gears. You've got some auxiliary gauges beneath the dash for battery, coolant temp, and oil pressure. The other side of the steering column, we've got a plaque that says 427 by Berger. It's nice to have. Shoulder belts. Otherwise, it's a standard Camaro interior. I think we're ready to go for a short drive. What do you say?
Sounds good.
All right, let's do it. All right, let's fire it up.
So, I heard there's something special about this exhaust real quick.
Yes, chambered exhaust. Sounds awesome. And I was told, or I saw in the paperwork, this is one of the last chambered exhaust systems they offered in the Camaro.
It makes it sound great.
That's right. And on a high compression solid lifter big block like this, headers, it doesn't have headers, but I've been told in the past headers can add a lot of power to a high compression solid lifter big block. If you wanted more.
Right, not that you need a whole lot more, but...
Right, it's rated at 425. That's probably a little underrated. It's probably a bit more than that. I know torque is probably around 460 or higher. But yeah, these are awesome machines. So let's do it.
Let's get going. Compared to other first-gen Camaros we've had, it feels tighter.
Yeah.
Stiffer, tighter, more put together. Like you trust it a little bit more.
Mirror set up here. You move her down. There we go. Now I can see what's behind me. Not that it matters. All right.
Boy, that's a noise, isn't it?
Yes, it's a great noise.
That's the sound. This is the best sounding Camaro you can get, I'm sure.
Yeah, this is pretty, this is as good as it gets. There was one other optional 427 with COPO, and that was the ZL1, which is a extremely radical car. That was, if there was a later ZL1, it would have been 12-to-1 compression. I think they were 12-to-1 compression. Mid-year in '69, they switched from closed chamber cylinder heads to open chamber. So you had a larger area for the compression, and actually with a larger combustion chamber, you lose a little bit of compression, but still, 12-to-1 is pretty serious. Again, solid lifters, and those were well over 500 horsepower.
Right.
Even though they rated them at 430. So, and only 69 of those were built for the Camaro, and 2 of them for the Corvette.
So right now our voltage is working. We're at 14.5-ish volts.
That's right.
Oil temp up to about 165. Sorry, coolant temp about 165, and oil pressure around 50. So that's perfect.
Yeah, that's fine. It's warming up a little bit, so the oil's starting to thin out a little. We're cruising in fourth, about 50 miles an hour and about 2,800 RPM. And that's right for the short gears.
Right, but that still isn't bad for cruising around on some back roads.
Not too bad.
No.
You'll be running a little high on the highway, but...
That's not what it's for.
No, this is for quarter-mile action. Stoplight to stoplight.
And there was a a drag time slip from Central Michigan Dragway. That's the sticker that's on the windshield.
Yeah, I saw a few of those in the folder. I saw one that was at a low 13.
There was a 13.2, I think, was the fastest listed, which is really good for a 69.
Yeah, and that was probably with these old bi-ply tires too.
Yeah. You could run with some modern cars for sure in this thing.
Yeah, this was pretty much top dog in the day. Yeah, and with those chambered exhausts, you let off the gas and you get a little cackling and popping out back. It's nice.
And the power is so linear. It's just smooth torque all the way up to the top of the
It is. And this engine doesn't really come alive until about 4,500. It does fine below that, but you get up around 4 to 5, it will unleash and pull strong all the way to 6 or even higher.
Why don't we find out a little bit?
Well, a little bit. It is an all numbers matching drivetrain, so we'll be a little respectful to it. So I took it up to about 5. That's about all I really want to do with this piece of history.
It's plenty, I'd say.
Yeah.
We'll pull into this parking lot real quick and get a startup from the outside and really get a good listen to that exhaust.
Definitely. As good a spot as any?
Sounds good to me.
All right.
You ready?
Let's see here. Idling at about 1100 RPM. For this kind of a engine, that's about right. Some people can idle it down a little bit, but this is good. You idle it down too much, the engine starts shaking, and it's just not happy. So
now this feels really smooth.
This is
actually,
nice.
just sitting here. Very responsive.
yeah, it is.
Everything's tuned just right.
All right, let's do it.
This thing sounds incredible.
Doesn't sound great.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a great package.
You ready to go back?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.